This is the story of water and the scientists who study it as it flows through Finland. Our story begins from snow. In Oulu, north of Finland, a group of scientists trying to find out the secrets of snow.
Big picture in this research is trying to understand how important is snow that we are now seeing falling down. How important is this resource for our water cycle and water resources in general? So how big part of our vegetation water use, our aquifers, our rivers is comprised of snow, because that's a very fragile component of the water cycle at the moment, being reduced all the time. So the new analysis that we are using here is basically these type of analyses are being used worldwide, but typically how water samples are delivered to these analyses is by taking a water sample and then analyzing it in the lab. And there are a few applications that are doing what we would call an in situ monitoring. So measuring the isotopic composition actually in the field conditions, in the field sites. But those studies are looking at parameters like stream flow or soil, water, or vegetation. So what we are doing, what's the new thing we are working on here is to look at snow. So no one has ever really looked at snow in this type of technology.
Well, I think Finland has a fantastic history in hydrology. I mean, when you talk about hydrology and Finland, the first thing that comes in people's mind is the very long time series that exists in Finland. So there has been always something that Finland has looked at. That's the hydrology and ice and how climate is connected to that. So I think it is a very interesting place with very special resources to work with hydrology.
It has been all my life around me. Kind of, I'm from I was raised in a farm environment, and we had a river on our flowing through our land areas, and been observing how the agricultural land is collapsing into the river and seeing the water levels, and I've been observing it all the time and seeing how if there is some waste in the water, or how to say it, the water quality, if it has been bad or not. And I think it's from that small scale, like how it has been always in my life, interesting to observe. I think it's intriguing how these technologies at the moment are enabling it to be analyzed in a wider scale with high resolution, very fast, densely, and so that without this fresh water, the future would look quite bad. So if we do not understand what our actions are affecting on the freshwater environment, then what is the future for humans and others? I mean, I think it's the center of everything, the freshwater, so very meaningful.
Well, I start my real research in Iceland about Jökullaups, glacier outburst floods from glaciers, and pretty quickly we recognized that those geospatial analyses and hydraulic modeling that we carried on Iceland, we can actually apply them also in Finland. And I have always keen on field work, how to monitor, how to map and survey certain natural phenomena. and I would say that I'm bit between physical geographer or hydrogeographer and civil engineering type of research. We have paid quite a lot of focus on good instrumentation on watersheds, and well, I have done that thing almost after my PhD, like now something like 15 years already, and pretty happy to do it.
I'm kind of inexperienced with this stuff, so I will need all of them during my PhD journey. So it's my first visit of this fantastic river and fantastic nature, and I'm here to learn how to do surveying, how to do bathymetry stuff with this high-tech equipment that the University of Turku has.
Eli tosiaan tämä pyörivä laserkeilain tässä näin, niin voidaan ottaa tää suojakuppu pois. Niin tosiaan mittaa tuolta ympärillä olevaa joen pengertä ja puustoa. Eli puhutaan tästä joen ympärillä olevasta alueesta. Ja tänä vuonna meillä on myös testissä tommonen vedenalainen vihreän laserin laserkeilain myös.
In the beginning of 2025, over 60 new PhD researchers will start studying water in Finland to make sure we are prepared. The next generation of water scientists will face many challenges to solve as the climate warming changes the seasons and the water cycle in Finland. Now we arrive on the coast of the Baltic Sea, where the water and the sediments it carries ends up in.
Me ollaan sohvirailon kanssa tässä asettamassa automaattisedimenttikeräintä tuonne merenpohjaan. Se sedimenttikerä on sellainen, että se siellä tavallaan karuselli pyörii ja se kerää 2 viikon aikaikkunoissa näytteen siitä materiaalista, mikä olisi kerrostumassa tuonne meren pohjalle. Päivän jälkeen grillaamaan ja uimaan, niin kuin kesällä kuuluukin. Me laajemmassa mittakaavassa niin me tutkitaan rannikkoalueilla tapahtuvaa muutosta ja miten ilmasto vaikuttaa sedimentaatioon ja maa-alueelta huuhtoutuvan aineksen määrään, orgaanisen aineksen kerrostumiseen ja myöskin mikromuovien kulkeutumiseen ja miten tämä ilmastonmuutos vaikuttaa nyt tässä meidän saaristomerellä. Niin jäätalvet tulee vähenemään ja tässä tutkitaan nyt sitä, että miten erilaiset talviolosuhteet, jäättömät talvet tai sitten sellaiset perinteiset jäätalvet, millä tavalla ne eroaa toisistaan sedimentaation suhteen ja siellä vesipatsassa tapahtuvien prosessien suhteen. Sedimenttikeräys tai tämmöinen sedimentaation seuranta on tosi hidasta siinä mielessä, että 10 vuoden aikasarjan keräämiseen menee 10 vuotta, kun me ollaan totuttu paljon tutkimaan sedimenttikerroksia, mistä yhdestä näytteestä saa tuhansia vuosia yhden päivän työllä.
Water is crucial. There's nothing without water. I mean, nothing happened without water. The water is everywhere.